Good morning. Welcome back to Phillips on the Farm. I'm back in here with the chickens. We are in the process of working on a brooder house for them because they're just about to outgrow this feed tub I've got them in. So there they are. You can tell they are filling it up. A few more days and they will be too big. I've already found them sitting up on the edge. They're going to be running around in the floor before long, and then they won't be able to get back in. They can escape and get out, but they can't get back in. So I'll walk you around and show you the brood house that I'm building and what's going on with it. So love to hear that sound, but they have definitely reached the ugly duckling stage of the program. So a couple of weeks ago I posted that I was in the process of building a brood house, and I showed you the foundation. Well, yesterday me and a neighbor got out and got it framed. Now keep in mind, this is lumber that I have had drying, that I had cut quite some time ago, so it is bigger than what I would normally use for this. I sure didn't need this much. Well, it's made out of rough cut 2x6s. For a 4x6 building, that's certainly overkill. So anyway, what I've got there, like I said, is a 4x6 building. You can see the door here on this side. I bought a door over here. I'm going to install that after I get it painted. And I've got a window there on the ground that I got off of Facebook Marketplace that I'm going to put right there to put some light in here. So inside of this, let me see if I can walk around this way maybe. Inside of this, there in the bottom, you can see it's probably about twice the size of the brooder space that I've got them in right now. I've also got, right over there you can see framed in a spot for a automatic chicken door. I ordered 2 of those this last year. I put one on the regular chicken coop, and this is where the second one's going. That will allow them access into, get around here, this half of the chicken run where the big chickens are at the moment. I've got a gate there. I will close that off, and the big chickens, our egg layers, will have access to the other half over there where they've still got plenty of feed and water, and these baby chicks will be able to run in this half when they get just another probably week or so older, as soon as they really get their full feathers in and it warms up a little bit. I'll come out and manually open the door. Rather, I've got the other one set up on daylight and dark. This one I'll manually open it, and that way they can come and go when we want them to, and it's warm enough, and the rest of the time they can stay in here. There's not a lot of room in there. I've got a radiant heater that I'm going to mount here on the wall, and that will keep the coop good and warm. I didn't want it too big. I wish I'd made it just a little bigger. I didn't really take into account when they got full sized that all 100 of those little fellas are not going to be able to climb back in here real easy. So I'm going to put up some roosting bars in this later and try to make plenty more room for them, that I'll be able to remove those roosting bars when they're little and put them back in there when they're big, and hopefully that'll kind of overcome this problem. I may only do 50 at a time after this. When I ordered these, I didn't intend to get them this early. The website said that they'd be ready for June. I thought that'll be perfect. I'll build this brood house and we'll go right on. We ordered them, and lo and behold, they said they'd be ready 1st of February. And I was not ready for them, but they were sure ready to send them, and that was our choices. So we'd ordered them, we're going to get them, and here they are. So today my plan is I'm going to cover this building in sheet metal and get a roof up on top, and maybe hopefully get the insulation put on the inside, get the window and door installed. That's a pretty ambitious project for today by myself, but I'll get it as far as I can. It'll have sheet metal on all 4 sides and the roof, and the exterior door and window will be in, and then I'm going to put in, I've got some old chicken house insulation I bought at a farm auction about this time last year, and I've got it stacked up in a neighbor's chicken house. I'm going to put 2 layers of that chicken house insulation, so it'll be about 4 inches of insulation. I laid those blocks in the bottom. They're about 8-inch blocks, and put down treated sill plate down there. So my 4 inches of insulation will only fill about half of that, but that should still be plenty of insulation. In the inside, I've got OSB that I'm planning on lining the inside of this with. Just some hodgepodge of 1x lumber that I'll probably do the ceiling with. Just try to make this as cheap as possible. I've already got the materials for all of it. I've got the insulation. I bought a big stack of chicken house sheet metal that I've been using for various projects. That's what went on the generator shed over there, and that's what also went on the outside of the regular chicken coop. It's kind of blurry right now. It's focusing on the wire instead of the chicken coop, but either way, this will be all sheet metal on the outside and sealed in good, and then have the heater in the inside. I'll put some power in there where I can run a light, and that way if we have to come out at night to check the chickens, we can do that. And then the plan is generally not to get them when it's this cool weather, and just run chickens in the summertime for meat birds. My next project, I'll turn you around here, that is a walk-in freezer, and my plan is to put it right up there where I poured a concrete slab excuse me, and get it plugged in and get it running again, and to be able to store these meat birds in there, and also some other probably pork and sheep, some big meat that I may be able to try to barter, trade, or sell to friends and neighbors that'll already be processed. Keep some of it in stock up there. So that's the plan right now. While I'm out here and I've got your full, complete, and undivided attention, I'll walk you around to the greenhouse. I don't think we've shown a video update of it. Might as well go ahead and get it all in one video. Don't mind the mess. This is my junk pile corner where I salvage and wrangle all this stuff. Burning some yard limbs this morning as well. So anyway, I got the cover on the greenhouse. Had the frame, poured the slab, ordered a new cover. The old cover was toast. So it is 6 feet wide, 8 feet long, and 6.5 feet tall. Got a zip open window on the back, just like this front one. Turn you around here for a second and get this open. Show you what we got. So this is the greenhouse, right? Put in 6 sets of shelves, 2 on each side and 2 in the back. Try to hold this cover back out. You can see we've got our tomatoes in there. The tomatoes are a little wilty this morning. I imagine it got a little cold in here, but I do have a heater in the floor. It's been keeping it around 70 to 75, so they'll perk up as the day warms up today, and we'll get in here and get them watered again. But this is where all the seed starts are going. We're going to have those for sale as well. Tomatoes, and we're going to have cauliflower and broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, squash, zucchini, jalapeno peppers, cayenne peppers, bell peppers, cucumbers, maybe a couple of others, but I think that's the majority of what we're planning on selling. We're planning on having about, I don't know, 500 or so seed starts this year, and so we'll have a good start for our garden, and then some to pass along to friends and neighbors and anybody who might want to buy seed starts from us. So that's the plan right now. So see the bulldozer in the background. It's exciting. We're going to be pushing up a house pad sometime this spring as well. Let it get a little drier, and then I'll start pushing some dirt up. So lots of things going on the homestead here. I'll show you mine here. Don't quite have it finished, but I got 3/4 of it done. I'm going to put a wall in, and that's the door sitting there behind the compressor. Generator will hang out in there, and I'll probably store my fuel tanks and my spare propane bottles out here as well, get them out of my shop. And it's hooked up, or will be, well, it is. The generator is the only part that's not hooked up, but I've got the electrical all hooked up to the breaker panel, and that way I can throw a transfer switch and away it'll go. Be able to power most of the house. It won't run the hot water heater. It's electric, and it probably won't run the dryer, a few things like that, microwave. But it'll keep lights on, keep the freezers running. It is a dual fuel generator. Came with my solar system, and so I'm planning on putting a 500-gallon propane tank right here, and I'll be able to run it off of gasoline or propane. That'll give me, I think the propane tank will give me, rough estimate, around 6 or 8 days of continuous run at very conservative electrical usage, just enough to keep the freezers on and the Wi-Fi running probably, and probably a few lights and some simple stuff. Stove is gas, so I don't have to worry about that. We can cook anytime. So, but that's everything I've got going on with Phillips home right now. Did get a new diesel gas tank this winter. Got it full. Got some logs out here. I have a sawmill that I'm going to set up this spring as well and cut some logs. That way I can supply my own board needs off the farm for the most part, and keep working towards having lumber for the house and for my projects out here. So I'm sure there's more going on, but this is what I've got for today. I appreciate y'all joining me here on Phillips on the Farm. As always, like the video if you can, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon, and it'll send you notifications when we get new videos sent out. And join us on the channel. Y'all have a great day. God bless.